This is Larry Anglisano reporting. Commencing in Oxford, Connecticut on June 6, 2019, volunteers of the D-Day Squadron are planning the Daks Over Normandy event, which is a crossing of the English Channel to commemorate the 75th anniversary of D-Day, filling the skies with dozens of restored Douglas C-47 aircraft and hundreds of paratroopers in World War II military-style parachutes. I talked with the executive director of the D-Day Squadron, Aguiari, at Sun & Fun in Lakeland, Florida, where he described the mission and the aircraft.
Our objective is to take a fleet of C-47s and fly them to Europe in occasion of the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion, and we'll be part of Daks Over Normandy, which is the actual event that will celebrate the 75th anniversary of D-Day. At the moment we have about 22 airplanes committed to fly to Europe. The plan is to assemble the airplanes in Oxford, Connecticut around May the 20th of 2019 and fly flights of 3 airplanes all the way to Daks Over England, and the objective is to duplicate or replicate the same route, the northern route that they flew in World War II. Geography has not changed, so this is still the most efficient way to fly airplanes across the ocean. The plan is to go to Goose Bay, Greenland, Finland, Scotland, and then down to Daks Over England. Then on June the 5th we'll plan to take off along with other 20 C-47, between 15 and 20 C-47 that will actually come from Europe, from all over Europe. We'll plan to join with them and fly as a massive formation like they did in June the 6th of 1944 to fly to France, to Caen, France. The airplane behind me, it's a C-47, Douglas C-47. It's actually an original D-Day airplane. This airplane did fly on D-Day, towing gliders, and it's the C-47. It's the military version of the Douglas DC-3. The Douglas DC-3 was the first commercial airplane that was developed specifically for the airlines. Actually made the airlines profitable, flying passenger for the first time. And when the war broke, military decided to use it as a cargo airplane, and it's a true legend. This airplane has been flying for 80+ years, still flying right now in many commercial operations around the world. Has about a fuel autonomy of 8 hours. The longest flight between stops going to Normandy will be probably 3.5 hours, but the airplane can fly for 8 hours. Has a fuel consumption of about 100 gallons per hour, and obviously has 2 engines, as you can see. And again, it's a true legend, and the fact that these airplanes, like many other C-47s for that matter that are still flying today, are D-Day veterans, it's just amazing. Most of these airplanes flew throughout the European campaign all the way to Market Garden, Bar City, and then they came back to the US, and essentially they had about 10,000 of these airplanes, and what they did, some of them were stripped, others were converted into cargo planes. That's why we are lucky to have them, because they found another use in the commercial operations. And again, as I said earlier, many of these airplanes are still being used right in this day as a commercial aircraft. So it's really a true legend of aviation. We have to support this flight to Normandy. It's very expensive. The budget, it's north of 2 million euros. So we are actively raising money right now. We can use a lot of help from companies, corporations, people who know other people that are willing to support us. So the D-Day Squadron, to find out more about the D-Day Squadron, you can go on the web, obviously, www.ddaysquadron.org. We are on Facebook, D-Day Squadron, on Instagram, on Twitter. We are very active on social media and on the web.